Hello everyone, last week's security news, July 26, August 1st. Serious SAM in Metasploit. Last week I talked about the serious SAM vulnerability, also known as Hive Nightmare. The name Hive Nightmare comes from the fact that Windows stores its registry data in a small number of proprietary database files called hives. Due to mismanagement of SAM and system hives in Windows 10, it is possible for an unprivileged user to read those files and then, for example, extract the account password hashes. An exploit for this vulnerability is now available in Metasploit, and it will be much easier for attackers to exploit this vulnerability. The issue is still under investigation by Microsoft, and patch is not currently available, only the list of vulnerable OS versions. However, a workaround has been provided. PetitPotam. At the beginning of the last week, PetitPotam Little Hypo attack made a lot of noise. It could force remote Windows systems to reveal password hashes that could then be easily cracked. Quote, the PetitPotam bug is tied to the Windows operating system and the abuse of a remote access protocol called Encrypting File System Remote Protocol, MS-EFS-RPC. The protocol is designed to allow Windows systems to access remote encrypted data stores, allowing for management of the data while enforcement access control policies. The PetitPotam POC is a form of manipulator in the middle MID attack against Microsoft's NTLM authentication system. Next, an attacker uses the file sharing protocol server message block SMB to request access to a remote system's MS-EFS-RPC interface. According to security researcher Gilles Lionel, this forces the targeted computer to initiate an authentication procedure and share its authentication details via NTLM. In response to the public availability of the POC, Microsoft was quick to respond, outlining several mitigation options. For starters, Microsoft recommends disabling NTLM authentication on Windows domain controllers. It also suggests enabling the Extended Protection for Authentication (EPA) feature on ADCS services. End of quote. But there won't be any special fix. Microsoft, quote, PetitPotam is a classic NTLM relay attack, and such attacks have been previously documented by Microsoft, along with numerous mitigation options to protect customers. End of quote. So I can only repeat Kevin Beaumont tweet. Microsoft are no fixing this. So you have an out-of-the-box no auth to domain admin path on default config Active Directory environments now, attackers. Zimbra hijacked. Stored XSS and proxy servlet open redirect vulnerabilities in Zimbra. Zimbra is a cloud-based email, calendar, and collaboration suite for enterprises and is available both on an open source version and a commercially supported version with additional features such as proprietary connector API to synchronize mail, calendar, and contacts to Microsoft Outlook, among others. It is used by over 200,000 businesses across 160 countries. A combination of these vulnerabilities could enable an unauthenticated attacker to compromise a complete Zimbra webmail server of a targeted organization. As a result, an attacker would gain unrestricted access to all sent and received emails, of all employees. There are no public exploits yet for this vulnerability, but if you are using Zimbra in your organization, be sure to update it. Joint Advisories Top 30 CVEs. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency (CISA), the Australian Cybersecurity Centre (ACSC), the United Kingdom's National Cybersecurity Centre (NCSC), and the US Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) released the Joint Cybersecurity Advisory, providing details on the top 30 vulnerabilities, primarily common vulnerabilities and exposures (CVEs), routinely exploited by malicious cyber actors in 2020 and those being widely exploited thus far in 2021. This is not the first such advisory. The previous one was in April, but there were fewer vulnerabilities. I think this is a very good initiative that really helps prioritize vulnerabilities. But of course, there are questions about the structure and content of the report. For example, there is no complete list of these top 30 vulnerabilities. I think a detailed review of vulnerabilities is a topic for a separate episode. This can be done quite simply with vulneristics. Write in the comments if you want to see it. Here I can only say that the vulnerabilities are related to a wide variety of vendors: Microsoft, Telerik, Drupal, Atlassian, MobileIron, F5 BKP, Fortinet, Pulse, Citrix, Accellion, VMware. I am also like that among the recommendations for fixing there was, quote, to further assist remediation, automatic software updates should be enabled whenever possible, end of quote. Of course, updates can sometimes break something, but automating patching is the right goal. And that's it for today. Please subscribe and leave your comments. Bye.